Gavin? No, the pig. There's stuff you can't watch because he'll kick you out.
Live from the Macaroni Mansion, located in historic South Philadelphia, Vinnie Paz presents the Broad Street Breakdown, featuring the OG Gavin, Sicko, and me, Professor Pablo.
I'm God, please.
I know. I want you to say it.
I want it to be.
Trying to class it up, man.
No, I'm
But go
with
ahead.
you.
It's your
I
show.
love what you do. I think it's awesome. I want it to be even more.
Me too.
Like,
I feel like
10
it's
more
always-
lines? 10 more lines?
Who was Letterman? What was Letterman's guy?
Yeah, like that motherfucker went on for like 20 minutes. I feel
Yeah.
like that's what I want. But with like background music and like.
And you need a tagline, I think.
I told him the first time he needs a tagline.
Yeah. Like Ed had.
I love-
Here's...
Alan Coulter.
I,
That's Letterman's.
I like what you're doing.
Or Roddy from Price is Right.
Don Pardo.
And Coulter is.
It's. I feel like it's done in too short a time. Ayo.
I don't know what to tell you.
Don
I mean,
Pardo.
what else is there to say? Am I supposed to go over like Vinny's whole career?
No,
I
no,
got
no.
an idea.
Okay.
I got an idea.
All right.
I got an idea.
I think he's got an idea.
Does the idea carry over into the sitcom? Okay. Proceed, please.
Something like on tonight's episode.
I like that.
We talk about wrestling. We talk about pata.
Like
So
No,
instead of
what if he,
guests,
what if he
equivalent to the-
refers
right.
to
The beaver gets a bad
subject
report
as a
card.
person? On tonight's episode of Broad Street Breakdown, we welcome
wrestling. Yes. See, this is how things get done.
It is.
This
See what I'm
week,
saying?
Vinny brings home a bad report card.
Right.
Yes.
How does Mom react?
Right.
What episode is this, Sicko?
It would be 42.
This
And
episode
musical guest.
42.
Recommended.
Yes. And musical guest. Word association.
Right.
we have to
Beautiful.
put out another episode doing that one before this comes out.
Yeah.
So people don't steal the idea.
Right, right.
It's
We-
convoluted.
We've been
but-
getting hacked.
Yes.
We're getting hacked everywhere.
Yo.
Gavin and I.
It's all right. We've changed the fucking vernacular of American society.
Don't get pit on this.
On what?
Right. Tap, tap, tap.
What is that?
Tappa tappa tappa.
What is that?
The list. This is Broad Street Breakdown, episode 42. You can check us out at broadstreetbreakdown.com. Anyone wants to email us contraband, questions, porn,
Please.
you can reach us at info@broadstreetbreakdown.com. Facebook is Broad Street Breakdown. Twitter is BSB Radio 1. We're available on iTunes, Google Play Music, and YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe, download, and write positive reviews. That shit is very important for some reason. We're being brought to you by Crescent Street Tattoo, 4371 Crescent Street, Philly, PA. CrescentStreetTattoo.com. And No Slam Dancing, No Stage Diving, No Spikes, an oral history of the legendary City Gardens, written by Miss Amy Yates Wolfing and Stevie Puerto Rico.
How?
You can go to DiWulf.com. Facebook, No Slam Dancing. So, gentlemen, it's been a minute here. We have, this is our triumphant return.
It's nice to be back.
It is. I love the Macaroni Mansion.
Yeah, I missed our time away from it. I missed being here. My week was not right. Couldn't tell what day it was.
You know what I missed? Pretzels.
Indeed.
Warm pretzels.
Salty.
Don't forget
Don't forget the salt.
savable recycle
Yes.
salt.
I posted a picture last week of the salt I acquired. Put that right on my ice cream. Yum, yum, yum.
Some Philadelphia fans, more like friends that we know, pulled me into their conversation about your Cheapo tip, and then someone was like, "This can't be real,"
I love it.
and I had to.
Unfortunately, give them the bad news.
Yeah, I wasn't shooting on you. I'm just like, look, man, like if you want me to tag him in this,
Right.
I will, and he's just gonna co-sign it. So,
I get it every week from the OG.
but one of them was like, no, I ain't hating on him. So I mean, you
You
some-
wouldn't be surprised. You would be surprised how many Facebooks and Twitter and emails I get saying, "P Jigs, I piss in the shower. I do this.
always comes back
I
to
do
that.
that."
Yo, I like how he says you would be surprised. Yes, I would be surprised, man. I absolutely would be surprised.
Trying to
that-
think of some other ones where people rode for me hard on. Hey yo,
Well,
I mean,
look, there's
but I'm not the only one. Is all I'm
there's
saying.
300 million people.
You
300.
are the only one. People just like you.
pretty much.
I mean, there's
you're
300
very-
million people in the country. It's like 1% of people are as mentally ill as him. You're talking about a lot of fucking people.
Somebody from
People are
everybody.
just trying to make them feel better, man.
I don't know, man. 50-50, dippy.
Miz a Miz?
Yeah.
Miz a Miz?
That's what I'm thinking, because it's some people that tag me in the gimmicks and are like, no, that just shit all right, dog. I'm like, it kind of ain't.
I like to feel like I like to feel like I'm special,
It
but I don't want to
kinda
feel like I'm the last man on earth.
Right.
Right.
You like to feel like you're part of a special club,
Yes.
but not one that makes you feel solitary.
Oh, he's special.
The Sicko, what's been good, man?
You know, I have to take a moment to mention and to thank, really more than anything, this past week we dropped not our first, but like our first real videos, and people have been popping like crazy for them. People have been reposting them and sharing them, which is, you know, always a big deal to us. So I'm glad that people are digging them. The ones that we put out thus far have been from the Halloween gimmick, and people are
Yeah,
going,
the Ouija board, the shit that Pablo did, wherever I would talk, my head would pop up in the corner.
I mean, you ain't gonna not be in the video. You know what I'm saying?
Look, man. Look.
I was dying. But so thanks to everybody.
Where's it at?
They're all on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is Vinnie Paz Presents the Broad Street Breakdown. If you go and subscribe, this way you don't have to worry about not seeing the link when it's posted. If you subscribe, you'll get an alert that'll tell you we just put up a new video, this, that, and the other thing. So all our video stuff is now, we're going to be doing it quite regularly. It'll go right to the YouTube channel. So
Okay.
just
Yeah.
thanks to everybody for taking the time to check it out and passing it along.
Yeah. So I will be posting as I have time to,
Mm-hmm.
and most of it will be the gimmicks. But let's just say we started recording video around episode 21, 22. So if there's a favorite part of that episode that the Gimmick Gang likes, if you fucking email me with the time code that it happened, like, yo, 6 minutes in to 8 minutes in, I'll fucking cut that video and put it up, man. But
He will.
I'm not listening to old episodes.
Right,
cut-
to find
right.
The
jewels.
funny part.
Right,
will,
right.
will the Pablo Cheapos be up there? Absolutely. Word association, yes. Dear Vins, you got it. But as far as the funny stuff, my memory's shot, and I don't have enough time. But if y'all want to make suggestions, feel free to throw them to the mailbag.
But
And,
going forward from here, you'll be doing that for future
I'm going to
episodes.
try to,
as much as it can
as
be
much
done.
as I can.
Good deal.
Yeah, I mean, when we have mental breakdowns, we'll try to remember it.
Yeah.
When shit's that funny.
The thing is, we've been messing with the video for a while now. It's just kind of like it took a while to get everything.
We didn't really know what we were doing.
Right.
Yeah.
We got stuff looking good, and
What's going on here, man? These guys are fucking
the
contraband.
old lady peppermints.
He's a Gavin giver. Trying to be politically correct.
He took it back
He
from you?
gave it to me earlier, and he was like, yo, I have more, but I want that one.
Give me a
They're
sandwich,
fucking
Dave.
over there. I didn't feel like getting up.
Wow.
Sucking on mints all day, he has. Big ones, big mints, and then he was complaining the mint got him earlier.
The mint got me.
Got you right on the tooth.
It did. Oh, it fucked me up.
Did it?
Yeah. I got a gimmick in the back of my mouth.
Oh.
Fucking.
Yeah, I got a gimmick in the back of your mouth.
Yeah. So, yeah. Fucked me up. It
Oh, that'll
was a
happen,
little
man.
too much to handle. You know
That'll
what I mean?
happen.
Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. But what else has Pablo been working on, you asked? Let me tell you.
And speaking of segues,
Yeah, so the first fleet of stickers went out. So, man love to all the Gimmick Gang who posted that they actually received them. Some of them, people said that the envelopes opened up midway.
He bought cheapo envelopes.
I mean, what
He
did you expect?
He Costanza.
exactly.
Right. So if you're saying Pablo doesn't live the
gimmick.
then you just fucking got it in the mail, motherfucker.
Right.
you
Like,
have physical proof
Right.
that he lives the
I
gimmick.
cut the stickers down to size to fit into the cheap envelopes. Then it
I
was
saw the video of that, and
Did it drive you crazy?
I was watching him destroy my stickers.
They had to fit. It was bothering me that the envelopes were
It was
shutting.
bothering me that you didn't say, I'm going to just cop some new envelopes.
Oh, they were already bought. And I thought when I went to the
Yo,
store,
they're like $1, bro.
I wasn't going back to Target, man.
But
Then your mom hit me to where I can get better envelopes, so I'm gonna check that out.
All right.
But yeah, so now there's still another flood of requests. So you'll probably see them at the end of November because I'm not going to the mailbox every day. So I'll get another accumulation of requests, put them together, mail them out.
Yeah, I'll break bread. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We gotta get Terrible some. He was saying.
He just busted my balls the other day
okay,
about
cool.
it. Yeah, he'll get some.
What up, Terrible?
When I
We
fucking,
could,
we
we could probably give him to him in person, whatever next show we all show up to.
Nah, I don't want to see him. I'll fucking mail to him.
That's fucked up.
I know.
You don't speak for us, terrible. We got mad love.
You bless some people with. I seen some heads with the below poverty level. Vinnie Paz cheesesteak
They didn't have a lot of them,
stickers.
so I had to. People that really asked for, I want the cheesesteaks one.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
got
yeah.
them. And then official gimmick gang, I threw some in, so I was very selective.
What do you think about what Uber Gary? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I mean, I party with Uber Gary, so I expected nothing less.
Yo, man.
Probably my favorite tweet of all time.
Listen, I woke up to that shit, Uber Gary.
Sicko, did you flag that? Because it would
I think
it like
he
disappeared.
I think
he took it down.
I'm sure. Yeah, I haven't done anything.
He was probably like, all right, these fucking maniacs saw it. Now I'm gonna.
Doesn't matter because I got it saved.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
do
I like my own
It's
box.
out there forever now, and I'm gonna keep bringing
No,
it
no,
back.
I don't mean he did that for his sake. I meant he probably took it down so he didn't get any heat from Twitter.
You don't get heat from Twitter. You could. There's no sense.
It's still listed on somebody's page.
There's
But one of them
what
came
they
off.
will do is they will flag you as someone who they won't make you take things down, but you will be flagged as someone
really?
who posts.
A problem, if you will.
All I know is like 800 million porn stars.
No, you're not following me. But all those 800 million porn stars have at one point been identified as someone who posts graphic images. It's not illegal. It's not against their rules. What I'm saying is there's just...
You're now categorized.
You're now categorized. That's all I'm saying.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Just it's in some sort of capacity. It would, prevent a little kid from seeing it or something like that. Is what I'm getting at.
Gotcha.
It's not illegal. It's not against their rules. It's not against that. It's just you become part of this category.
Yeah, because the other ones will like kick you off.
Correct.
Take it, make it gone.
Yeah, like if you put up something of your nephew and I bitch about it, they'll take it down and then they'll square it away on like Facebook or something. I put up posts, you know what I mean, that it's like none of us have people that we don't know on our pages really, especially more recently when we started cutting everybody off. But at some points I was getting like reported. So I was like, I got to cut this down to people I grew up with, man, or people that are respectful.
Well,
So-
it was a nice ass, but I can't look at it every day.
See, it wasn't a nice. It was like a back.
That's what a man's ass looks like.
Nah,
Sicko.
dude, there was no. It was disturbing looking. It was like straight.
I like that they're fighting about it.
Me too. That's why I wanted to interject, and I'm like, let me fall
Hang back.
I was very disturbed by the lack of ass.
That's
that Uber
well,
Gary
Sicko's
has.
got fucking party in the front, business in the back. That's why.
All right, here's a question for the three of you gentlemen. What percentage of your brain believes that that's Uber Gary, or do you think his friend got drunk and he was like, "Let me do this gimmick"?
That's a good question.
I know what Uber Gary's ass looks
He's
like.
been in Uber Gary's ass.
What? Look,
I'm vouching for UG.
Wow.
Look, I asked the question.
Not
I got
Ugg.
an answer.
Hug.
No, we can't go there because I have a friend that's a rapper named Ugg, so I don't want to
fair
get
enough.
that.
I think it was 100% Uber Gary.
Well, Pablo says he saw. P. Jiggy says he saw.
Unless he says otherwise. Or the deciding factor might be alligators. We ask her.
All right.
She might know.
Yeah, Allie knows.
All right.
So, OG, what's the haps, my friend?
Oh, you know.
Are you still doing the sleep gimmick? We haven't talked about that in a while.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
difference?
why he's so
Oh,
positive.
he's getting it in because our convos have shifted because of the sleep.
Have they?
Yes, we're still just as Jackie likes to say, when I got home, are you happy your girlfriend or boyfriend's home?
You're happy your boyfriend's home.
Right.
Sean says the same thing to me about him.
Well,
Listen, I need a lot of men apparently.
What the fuck is that fucking beeping sound coming
I
from?
don't know. Dishwasher maybe?
Yeah, let's set the dishwasher up before the fucking podcast starts.
I didn't even hear it.
I hear this weird thing, but I'm because I'm verbose, I'm half tuning it out, half just talking over
Half
it.
blocking it out.
Yeah.
You're not going to do anything about it?
Nope.
Not now.
Nor care that you mentioned it.
But it
I'm
bothers
not
me.
going to
But
do
it bo-
anything about it. I'm not going to care that you mentioned it. And I'm really barely acknowledging that you said anything.
Pablo, are you telling me you want the dishwasher on the list?
Yes, I do.
Whoa.
And I want Jackie Brown on the list for putting it on.
He's not allowed to put anybody on the list.
I just asked the question. I didn't say he had the power.
Wow.
Jeff Gavin, watch the right.
While I was recording my vocals tonight, I found out Leonard Cohen died. So I was.
Oh, don't get OG started on that. Tell him the thing, because it was really funny.
Leonard Cohen to me
Okay.
sounds like
I hate when you do this because it ruins. It's like the Mickey Dolenz thing, man, about Maynard.
This one's good, though.
what I picture
Uh-huh.
a coffee house in Paris
Okay.
sounding like
Okay.
is what every Leonard Cohen song sounds like to me.
I don't like that at all. Well,
Lattes and smoking.
here's the thing with
A
me.
lot of smoke, a lot of
All
French
right.
motherfuckers, a lot of
French
fucking.
He
Listen,
said
lot of
it sounds like France. Jackie was like, what does that even mean?
well, he is Canadian, so
He
that's-
sounds like France to me.
Well, listen, there were all those fucking Dylan comparisons, and I hate Dylan so much. I had to pick a side, and I did. Those first two albums were good. The shit he did with Phil Spector was good.
Everybody knows. Thank you.
At first, I'm like, what? Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, 82, that's a good run, right?
I mean,
Sure. Why not?
that's a long-ass time to be alive.
Fucked a lot of French girls, that one, I feel like.
All right.
Exactly.
I'm always thinking 86 is the number in my head that I'm going to tap.
Boy,
You know what I was going to say?
49.
I was going to say 86 sounds like a good run to me.
Word?
Yeah. That's what I was
Down,
going to
I'm
say.
down.
I wasn't going to apply it to myself. I was going to say.
After that, you're just a burden on whoever the fuck is putting up with you at that point.
Yeah. I mean, one could argue that you're a burden right now at 40.
Hey, man,
I'm not going to get
I
into
pay
that.
the bills.
Listen, so
One could argue.
one could argue. I just wanted to shout out everybody who supported my record, the cornerstone of the corner store. It's next to impossible to to be independent and even deal with numbers that will get you in with major label artists and Billboard and mainstream music. So it charted number 9 on the rap chart, number 12 on the R&B hip hop chart, number 21 on the independent chart, 58 on the digital chart, and 97 of top current albums in the top 200 Billboard, which is basically pop music. So the fact that it was able to do that independently, we're independent as fuck. So thanks for everybody who checked it.
Every day, I have a new favorite song on that album.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
He ain't wrong.
And it's like we're looking at October of 2017 for the next Jedi Mind Tricks record. It's called The Bridge and the Abyss. So give us another year, man. But
Shit, I got fucking rhymes right now.
I got-
You put me on a fucking timeline now.
yeah. Listen, you got like 9 months. So I got like
Start working on your hooks.
I got like 5 or 6 joints recorded with Stoop. It's called The Bridge and the Abyss, and it'll be out next fall. But
How is Stoop?
Stoop is Stoop.
I got a surprising email from Stoop. It was either yesterday or the day before, and I legit thought someone else wrote it because it was so normal. It was such a normal.
His emails are pretty normal.
I was very surprised, but it was nice to hear from him.
He's doing good. The only thing he really is interested in is baseball. So now the baseball season's over,
He's got nothing.
which hopefully means more work will get done on the record. You know what I'm saying? But we're doing this Aiming in the Phantom record too. So
Can't wait.
we'll
That's your bull.
It is.
the next year it should be good, man.
Right on.
But well, I guess the elephant in everyone's room is the election. Not that not that anyone not that implies that everyone is political. I don't know that I'm political at all, but I guess you can't deny it. I figured in my head, the number in my head was probably 90% voting for her and 10% of him. So to say that this was a shock to me would be an understatement.
I was initially shocked, for sure. I've sort of thought about it more since, in the last couple days since it went down, and analyzed it in a different kind of way. And I'm not quite as shocked as I was initially.
I think that might have happened to me too. It might have not worn off, because it's still such a part of what's happening. But did any of y'all see D.L. Hewley talking about it?
I did not.
It was cool. He would like a couple people broke it down similarly, but he was kind of talking about like how many people had to be, I don't want to say closeted, but just like not very vocally supportive.
If you asked them at any point before they voted, they never in a million
Correct.
years would have admitted. But I think they knew all along.
And that's kind of what D.L. Hewley was talking about. You know what I mean? But
I feel like I'm breaking it down in my head in a weird way. You know how we said everything goes back to wrestling or certain movies or whatever?
yeah, of course.
You know how Rocky 3,
Yeah.
Rocky's comfortable,
Yeah.
Rocky's not motivated.
Clubber, man.
Right. Clubber came in, kicked his ass.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened in this election in a weird way, because
I don't think that's far off at all.
I think the Democrats got comfortable. I think that they assumed that she was going to fucking slide right into the position. They had the last 8 years with Obama. For all the heat Obama got, he did well. Obama's a likable person. Obama's a character. He's a really good speaker.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
I think the best orator in terms of a president ever. Man,
I don't
since Kennedy,
have
maybe.
I don't have super knowledge of presidential history. You know what I mean? I know the people who we've dealt
Since
with.
we've been alive, yeah.
He's a very good speaker. He convinces you by the end of the time that he's talking that he's a good dude, regardless of what he had been talking about. You come off of that into someone who, when you really break it down, is pretty fucking close to being a Republican, and on top of that is a dud, is not a personality, has no quote likable characteristics, and I don't mean as a person. Obviously, I don't know who she is, but you're talking about people who are watching TV and watching these promos that these people are doing. So you have this fucking extreme, insane cartoon character of Trump going against this fucking dud who can barely get her prepared speech out.
Yeah.
And the way I've been analyzing it the last couple days, I feel like Democrats dropped the ball with her. I think they thought it was going to be an easy fucking run, and that Trump was a shit show, which obviously he is. But I think they thought it was going to be an easy fucking win.
People I know that know politics, me not being one, say that this was a slam dunk had Bernie run, and not her.
I think that Democrats alienated the real left, what I consider the real left, and they catered to what I've been calling the square left, which is the money left, which is what Hillary Clinton is, which is what those people are. They sit at their fucking cocktail fucking parties and say, "Oh, the poor minorities, the poor gays, the poor. Let's see what we can do to help them."
Yeah.
That to me is not what the real left is. And by choosing
Ramona
Hillary,
Africa's the real left,
right? By choosing Hillary over Bernie, which I don't know enough about Bernie to really comment. I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention at the time, but I'm just using him because he was the guy.
Yeah.
By choosing him or her over him, they alienated a lot of that left. They're like, oh, here's enough. Now you're gonna fucking put corporate up.
Yeah.
In that supposedly speaks for us. Well, we're out. So you lost that amount of people. Whereas Trump was targeting the far right.
Yeah.
So in the process, the Democrats alienated the far left, and Trump targeted the far right, bringing them in with the middle ground right.
Yes.
And that's where you get your
the
numbers.
moderates,
Right.
the moderately conservative.
Yeah, that's where you get your numbers, as opposed to the left, who alienated a lot of motherfuckers by choosing Clinton.
Well, the last two debates, remember we were texting during them, and he was being a lunatic, and we were like, she's still getting roasted, and he's being a maniac.
Yeah.
She couldn't cope.
Whereas
her coping mechanisms were crazy in those debates.
A guy, a character like Obama in there, Obama would have been able to fucking spar with him.
Yeah.
Hillary is not that person.
Right.
She's not. She's a prepared, given her speech.
Very robotic.
Yeah, and not
reactionary.
Again, I keep saying not very likable, and I don't mean that as a person. Obviously nobody knows her personally, but to come off on TV, she's not very relatable.
You use the word dud. I mean, she's a dud.
A fucking dud, man.
She is.
And so you got this fucking lunatic who's fucking blah, 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 and all over the fucking country, and you have this one who is just confident enough to think she doesn't have to do that much, and it was probably told she doesn't have to do that much, and whatever, and you're going to win, and everybody, including them, thinks you're going to win.
Yeah.
And they fucked up and shot themselves in the fucking foot, man.
Yeah. And Putin is Putin's ready to get busy now too. Machismo though, that guy.
I mean, he's a character too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. We got all characters, right?
Yeah, man. It's wrestling, man.
It always is.
Yeah.
I think that I don't know, man. Like it was like I said, it was initially shocking to me, and now not so much anymore. After I sat back and kind of looked at it, and you have the obvious people that he appealed to, that demographic of person who is looking for, I read somebody on Facebook summed it up really well, that barking dogs are always looking for a master. So all these fucking barking dogs with their fucking race issues and their fucking bullshit and the immigration and all that horse shit was just looking for somebody to be the figurehead of that.
Yeah, of course.
So he had to say just enough.
Yeah.
Never, I mean, obviously he's crossed the line into being offensive many times, but he never quite said this, that, and the other thing. He's always like on that fucking
it's vague.
I don't think it's that vague. I would say it's even more than vague, but he never, he would dodge certain questions, and he would do certain things and do certain, whatever. And they're looking for that guy to fucking lead them down the thing. Say what you say.
I mean, for the most part, I agree with everything you're saying. I think, obviously, everyone grossly underestimated that one chord that Trump hit with people and how deep it goes. Racism, sexism, fear of immigrants, fear of Islam. was again grossly underestimated the power that it could bring out, which to me is the most frightening thing about this. It's not even that he's the guy in charge. It's that the more people in this country voted for the guy publicly endorsed by the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah, it's a fucking joke, man. It's a fucking joke. And, like, everybody can... Look, man, I'm not going to sit here and say that, I don't know off the top of my head what the popular vote, the number was, okay? So I'm not going to sit here and say that every single one of those people subscribe to the things that me and you just said. I'm not going to say that because it's probably not reality. I think that he also, in some way, appealed to this lower middle class working person who feels certain fears and certain frustration and certain anger and don't know where to direct that. So he said, I'm going to get you guys jobs again. I'm going to get you this and that. And they're like, fuck it, man. This guy's outside the system. And for whatever you want to say about Trump, he's not a fucking career politician for the first time in however long. Yeah. And that appeals to a certain number of people. So now you have the big group of the people Sicko just said. Now you have this smaller group of people who are saying, fuck, man, I want to make more money. I want a better fucking job. I want this. So now you add that to the group. And then you add these little people to the group who he was speaking to, and on some level they thought. And you add these people, and you add these people, and all of a sudden you got more motherfuckers voting for him than you got voting for this fucking dud Hillary.
She won the popular vote. It was like 49 million.
She was 60 million as of right now. He's 59 million. Almost 60.
Yeah, it was.
But she's 48%, he's 47.
Yeah. That whole electoral process, I don't really understand it very well.
It's deliberately obtuse to discourage people.
I disagree with that. I'll tell you. Wait. Finish what you're saying. I'm sorry.
I think it's made difficult over decades of red tape and bureaucracy specifically designed to turn people off from the process, from participating in it.
I read a breakdown about it. This was the best explanation I've heard about it. If you're just going on the popular vote, you have cities like, you have New York, you have Philadelphia, you have Miami, you have Chicago, you have Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Those cities in the popular vote can dictate who wins and who loses.
Right.
That's not a proper representation of what the rest of the country is. So that's why they initially. Now, what has happened since they initially put it into play, and now I don't know. But that's the initial idea, because everything in between all that is not represented on any level, because you can get enough people in just those cities.
Yeah, in the 5 biggest markets.
Right.
And then in the other places that aren't major progressive cities, you have legislation like these bullshit voter ID things, that these laws are enacted and designed specifically to keep minorities and poor people from voting.
I don't think voter ID is a bad thing, though. You got to show your ID everywhere else in the world. Why wouldn't you have to show your driver's license
because you're already registered to vote? You don't need an ID.
Well,
not everybody in the world has ID, and you're not required. You're not required by law to have ID.
I'm going to tell you right now why Pablo's right. And I'm going to tell you why. There is, to this day, at the place where me and Kathleen would go vote, there is a false person on record who supposedly lives at Kathleen's house, who she has every time an election comes up tries to get this name off the thing, and the name is still there and still counted towards something. That's why there's something to the ID thing.
You're not going to convince me on it.
I'm not trying to fucking convince you. I'm telling you the facts. There is an Alonzo Gavin that lives over at Kathleen's house. There is no Alonzo Gavin, but according to the voter records thing, he has been there since we initially moved there in 1999. That every time there's an election, that's presidential, that's mayor, that's whatever Kathleen votes for, she says, look in that book and see if there's an Alonzo Gavin in there, and they say, yep, he lives at blah, 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 and she says, that I've told you this for countless years, there is no Alonzo Gavin that exists, let alone lives in this house. And they say, okay, we'll take care of it. Next election, still there.
See,
Right, but that's an identity theft issue. That's not.
That's not an identity theft issue. There's no person of that. An identity theft issue is if I took your shit and used it as you. That's not identity
right,
theft.
but somebody created that.
Which is what happens. Which is that's how voter stuff gets fucking beefed up.
And that's not even a 1% of.
How do you know that?
Because I know. Because it's,
because I
I mean, it's because I know.
What about all
You
the?
don't know that.
What
I'm
about-
giving you an example right now of something that happened. So
Right, that's-
producing an ID in a way alleviates that. Now I see the point that you're making as well. So there's got to be some kind of common ground there or middle ground. But I'm giving you a cold fact from somebody you've known for 30 years that this happens and continues to happen.
But
So me, who you know personally, happens to be in the 1% that it happens.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here! No fucking way.
So to do
No
everything else in the world, you
fucking
need an ID, but you don't think voting should need an ID? To buy cigarettes, to buy alcohol, to get into a bar, to drive a car, to fucking get a loan.
I don't think that the laws are designed to be discriminatory. That's the point of it. There's no when you're born in this world, there's no law, there's no rule that says you have to be on paper. It's just the accepted way.
Because in order to get things, you have to show who you really are.
No, you don't.
Then I was going to make a joke and say I want to be Steven DeLovico, steal your identity, but then I'm fucked.
I mean, who would want to do that?
The thing, I mean, there's also this goes back decades of all the supposed dead people that have voted.
Yeah, Tommy Boy. They did it in Tommy Boy. That shit was real.
It was real. They just showed it actually on this election. It might have been Massachusetts.
You don't have much faith in the system, and nor do I. But you have enough faith to say that ID shouldn't be required?
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it's been proven and shown over and over again that these laws target specific people in specific areas of specific socioeconomic standards and standings to prohibit them from voting, to make things difficult for them to vote.
I don't understand why. So you have to explain to me why they can't get an ID and why 6 months out they can't figure out where they're supposed to vote at.
Because not everyone knows how to get an ID. It's not required by law to have an ID to live in the world.
My question to you is, you have to register to vote, right?
As far as I know, I've never done it.
You have to register to vote. So if I was to go in there and say you're registered, what's preventing me from going in and saying I'm Steven blah blah blah?
I don't
Voting.
know. I don't know enough about the process.
You just
how
told
they
me
do
you
it.
did.
I don't know.
You told me you did
Because
you
I know. Is a stenographer, read it back.
That was a joke.
He said, because I know.
So doesn't ID on some level eliminate that problem?
I don't know. Senator, I have no answer for that.
But you... All right. Okay.
I think it's batshit crazy to have no identification. I don't give a fuck about the fucking. It's your birthright to not have an ID. Go over to fucking Colombia and tell them motherfuckers you ain't got an ID and see what happens to you. My passport is why I'm fucking alive.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that because I had camos on and they thought I was on some fucking militia shit in the Bogota airport, and the only thing that saved my ass was that. You know what I mean? And my ability to speak to
the only point that I'm making is that there are laws that have gone out of their way in their language and their targeting. I'm not saying you shouldn't have ID. I'm not saying that it's necessary to prevent voter fraud. I'm saying the way the system works and the way things are designed specifically to discourage and exclude certain segments of the population. That's all I'm saying.
There's things that have been done to me. That have. I can't be deterred. This is a personality trait. This is a character trait. There's things that have been done or been placed in front of me to discourage me from getting what I want. I won't allow those things to stop me from getting that. So to me, it's like, to me, it is in no way, shape, or form. I mean, no one has, in terms of my career, no one has spoken about society's ills more than me. And I don't think it's bizarre at all that you need to show some form of ID to vote for the leader of the free world. That doesn't seem weird at all to me on any level. It's selling me on the idea that you don't need a fucking ID and it's your birthright not to have one. Cool. But you can't say shit when you can't do shit.
I mean, if I was I had a real hard on for Clinton or Trump, I would fucking drive to every single voting John from here to next 20 miles and vote. There's nothing stopping me from doing that. I would do that if I really was wanting my person to win.
Yeah.
I don't know what other than ID is preventing someone from doing some kind of weird thing. So if there's another answer to that, okay, but it seems like the easiest, most logical answer is you're registered to vote, your name's in a book, you go in and say, I'm blah, 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 and you show your ID. They check you off the fucking thing so that you don't have two other dudes in the back saying, I'm blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we thought you were already here. No, I wasn't here. And then they fucking, like, how do you know that?
Right.
Because that's not wrong, and that's not what I'm contesting. I don't think they do that. I think...
But the thing is, I'm giving you an example of me personally where it has happened.
Who is your bull?
Level.
Alonzo. Oh, I gotta write that down.
Yeah, that's the name of the episode.
You can call Kathleen right now and say to her, who's Alonzo Gavin? And she will go off for the next half hour about how she's tried to get this name of this non-existing person off of the fucking record. So what are they doing with that? If that's just me, or in my situation.
From everything that I have read, that is a very small percentage of that happening.
It might be enough to sway a vote. If it's 1%, what's 1% of 300 plus million?
The measures and the laws taken to combat that are not commensurate with the amount of times that it happens. That's
you don't know that.
I mean, I know what I read.
I'm showing you, and so what? I've read a lot of things too. That doesn't mean anything. You're the first to contest certain things that you've read or somebody's read. I'm saying I'm giving you an example of somebody sitting at this table where it has happened.
And I can give you a million examples.
The fact that you're telling me that I, at this table, is part of that 1% is mind-blowing.
And I can tell you that there are 100,000s more in places that you never hear about in bumblefuck Alabama, where they won't ask for ID from anybody white. They'll ask for ID only from people of color, minorities.
And so you're going on what you've read somewhere as opposed to what a friend of yours from 30 years is telling you.
No,
I'm
that's
telling
not
you flat out that it absolutely happens and continues to happen.
I'm not saying that it doesn't.
Right.
I'm saying the measures that they take with these laws are way more over the line to combat something that is a very minor occurrence. Say what you want. You can look up the numbers of voter fraud. It's less than 1% going back hundreds of years.
Where are those numbers coming from?
I mean, from anyone who does the research.
Coming from Google. Sickos Google.
So where are those numbers coming from? Are they coming from the fucking the people who count the votes?
They're coming from the ACLU. They are coming from the Southern Poverty Law, whatever. They're coming from all these organizations that are set there. They're I don't know if the word's watchdog or not, but they're advocates for people, for the poor. They're the ones that do the research and realize why these laws are racist in their nature.
I'm not debating that. I'm saying to you, what is the alternative to showing the ID?
I mean,
that combats.
I'm trying to say to you, I don't have a problem with the ID. What I have a problem with is if you look at the numbers, if you look at the research done, if you look at the number of reported cases of genuine voter fraud, it's a micro problem in the voting system.
I don't believe that for a second.
Well, I do.
But if you
okay, you can believe it all fucking day. I'm just
saying.
I don't fucking believe it. You're saying on one hand that you don't trust anything in the system, but you believe that voting is on the up and up, is what you're basically telling me, and that there's no chance, that there's a very minute chance for voter fraud. That's what you're telling me.
I'm saying history shows.
History shows because fucking the Southern Poverty fucking law thing says it. Get the fuck out of here. You're telling me you don't believe, which I agree with. You don't fully agree that the system works and that things are on the up and up. But on the other hand, you're telling me that 99.9% of voting is legit and not voter fraud.
That's not what I'm saying.
Am I crazy?
That's what I'm hearing.
Am I crazy?
I just Facebooked Kathleen, who's Alonzo. She just wrote me like a 20-page paragraph.
I told you. It can't be both ways. Like, do you have trust in the system or do you not? Is what it comes down to. I don't have 100% trust in the system, and I also think there's a lot of fucking voter fraud. You can't not have trust in the system and then think that voter fraud is a minute thing.
I'm saying the statistics show.
But you'd be happy if 100% of the people got ID'd.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, then
it's fair across the board. I see.
Right.
You are setting traps for me.
Then
I'm
I
done.
agree.
I'm
I
done.
agree with
I'm
you
done.
100% if that's what you're saying. If
I'm
you're
done.
saying,
Setting
if you're saying
traps.
to me,
We're plotting against you.
if you're saying to me,
Sicko thinks we care about him that much.
if you're saying to me, you think that the IDing process is in some way crooked and not across the board, I'm with you on that. But if you're saying that there shouldn't be that ID process in the first place, I'm not with you on that. So if you say if across the board it's even and fair and whatever, and everybody's getting ID'd and 100% of people are getting ID'd, that you agree with that, we have no argument at all. If you're saying that you feel that certain people are targeted to get ID'd, I probably agree with you on that as well.
That's all
But
I'm saying.
in theory, everyone 100% across the board should be ID'd before they can vote.
But they're not. That's
Well,
where
that's a whole
that's the
nother
problem.
argument. I don't. Okay, that's the whole nother thing. I don't live in bumfuck wherever, so I can't say. But I can tell you that you fucking get ID'd here.
I've seen people get ID'd at my spot.
They-
From people that the one guy in front of me was talking to the girl, blah, 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 and he was like, oh, by the way, do you have your ID? And she was like, no, and he's like, you're out. And then I walked up,
that's
and
illegal.
he's like,
That's illegal in Pennsylvania. Like I went with Sean. She didn't show no ID. They didn't ask for an ID.
But
But
I think
that's not PA law.
But I think last election, it's when they instituted the voter, the ID
There was
system.
something that went on
Last election.
I don't
Yeah, it wasn't this one. It was the last one. And I was like, I was ready to show my ID because I thought that's what the new rule was. And I guess it was like ad hoc, or it was like, oh, you're registered, not what we do in this town.
Who is this ad hoc you speak of?
He's
Ad
the
Is it-
Indian bull. Yeah, down the corner.
He was from around the way.
Yeah.
Ed Hock.
Killer falafel.
This went fucking swimmingly.
It did.
As all political conversations go.
Yeah. All
What are
right.
you worked up about now?
I'm not worked up at all.
Bullshit.
ID this motherfucker right now. He ain't really Steve DeLovico.
You got the fucking brooding face on.
I have no face on.
That's such bullshit. You absolutely do.
Can we ID him every time
Yes.
we do the show?
Yes. Jeff.
What?
I didn't want to talk about this tonight. See what happened?
Nothing happened.
That's
Sicko's
inner
upset
inner
now.
inner angry sicko.
Sicko's upset, and I don't know why.
I'm not upset at all.
You had the face
I'm
on.
Robin Leach,
I know
and I
you-
don't know why.
I know you 30 years. You had the fucking face on.
I have no
I'm
face
going
on
to
it.
hell, and I don't know why.
You had the face on.
No face.
Bullshit. He had the face.
I
You had the
agree.
face
Of
on?
course, he still has the face.
I think the face should go on the list.
I don't know what I don't. Here's what I don't understand. Why can't we have a disagreement without you getting upset?
I'm not upset.
You were upset.
I am not upset.
You might not be right this second, but 30 seconds ago you were.
I was not upset.
You had the upset face on.
Absolutely.
Not upset.
Just admit, like, I was upset a little bit. A little bit. Now I'm over it.
I want to know why.
I'm going to hell. I don't know why. Why did they keep doing that? He didn't say that. It wasn't like his thing, was it?
Yeah, that's Dana Carvey for you, man. The genius that he was.
I'm Robin Leach. I don't know why. When he was descending into
Yes.
hell.
Yeah, I know. What,
I'm going to hell. I don't know why. All right, we'll be back after this break.
Yo, 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 this is Baltazar Getty, aka Balti Paz, Vinnie Paz's little bro. You're listening to the Broad Street Breakdown in your face.
I can't think of what my return is.
Meatball. Spicy meatball.
And then we're back with the Broad Street Breakdown. It's a spicy meatball podcast. We're back with the Broad Street. They're breaking down the Vinnie Paz, the OG Gavin, the stupid sicko, and the Professor Pablo. Pablito.
I like how in one or two sentences he has like an Armenian stereo salesman, like a very racist,
Bad
Italian, like someone mocking an Italian on The Simpsons. The Simpsons guy,
Luigi.
yeah, Luigi.
He's doing the Luigi.
Yeah, and
Now
then
you see why you are all a scumbag.
then it like morphs into like a Euro trash Turkish dude with a bouffant within like 17 words.
I have a few questions.
It's a work in progress.
I don't hate it.
My first question is are you doing the accent in the opening one as well?
No.
No, that's an official announcer.
Who is
This person?
Break?
Pablito.
It's when I hear spicy meatball, that's when I lose it. That's when I go Italian. That's when I go Mario.
Timeout.
That's when I go Mario.
So, in theory,
When you hear it, you say it.
in theory, we have two announcers on the show.
That's quite possible.
Okay.
Pablito.
I am.
That's my
I
first
do.
question.
I do have a range as an actor. Yes.
That's my first question. My second question is, can you make up a name for both announcers?
Yes.
My third question is, the second announcer doesn't seem quite as professional as the first one because he laughed through the entire thing.
He likes to.
Letterman's guy never
He
laughed.
does like to clown around a little bit.
He's
He is a little bit of a class clown.
He's a rascal.
Yeah.
He's the comic relief.
I'm a troublemaker. He's a
menace,
troublemaker.
if you
He's
will.
a rascal.
Indeed.
All right. So you want? I gotta write this down because I'm gonna forget. You want names for both
for the announcers.
For both announcers.
Right.
Now you have to really like the first guy should be like Biff Harrington. or
Biff is
something.
no. It's going to be something with legit white bread.
What's more white bread than
Opposed to
Biff?
Biff Harrington.
I mean, Biff reminds me of Back to the Future.
What
Biff.
is it? Is Biff a Rican from fucking Diamond?
I mean, it could be. You know, that's equal opportunity employer. This podcast.
I mean, I'm not.
But-
It's not, man. But I'm.
But the second one's definitely clowny name. He's like Weird Jim Bagooba. Something
no,
like that.
but it's like.
I mean,
he's
you
gotta
guys are
be
good with
ethnic.
that stuff. You guys are good with that
Fine.
stuff.
Me and Sicko will come up with the name of the second guy.
All right, the guy, second guy.
Yeah.
But so you're saying I'm allowed to keep the Italian American accent?
Here's what
Yes.
All right.
Well, no, not you're allowed. We encourage it. And I also just popped that you think you sound like an
I was
Italian.
waiting for you to say.
So let's recap for a second. Here's what we need: longer first intro with
Naming things as people.
yeah.
On tonight's show,
I got that.
Our special guest,
Yeah.
Dear Vin.
Yeah. Right. That's A. B.
On this week's show, special guest, goodbye.
Returning
Return-
the list.
and making his triumphant return to the BSB.
The
Goodbye.
list. The list is like the how
reoccurring-
how the Baldwin guy has hosted Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
75
yeah,
times.
yeah,
the
yeah.
list is that guy.
He's that guy.
Special guest star this week. Main topic.
It's
Right.
like who was married to Tommy Lee, the blonde?
Pamela
Pam-
Anderson.
No,
Anderson.
before her.
Heather Locklear.
Heather Locklear.
It's like Heather Locklear on Melrose Place. That's the list.
Right.
Every week.
Special
was-
guest star.
Right.
The podcast.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Second guy, fucking go wild, man.
He's
Do what you want.
a wild card.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
do what
don't
you
you
do.
don't know what's happening.
He's a
don't
loose
know.
cannon.
Yeah, he might come out with his with just underwear on. It's
right.
crazy.
All right.
It might happen here too. I might be doing that right now. Made you look, Gavin.
I'm into
Pervert.
it. Listen.
I'll
Well,
listen.
now that we got that straight now.
Yes.
So yeah, we spoke about, but we took a break for a couple episodes. We spoke previously about the biz not going anywhere, and how
We put it on the list.
we put it on the list,
Sad day.
and we thought that it wasn't going to make any moves, as I like to call it, the fall of the fall, until it gets into what will be seen as Mania season, which you and I say starts the Rumble, correct?
I think so.
The only thing that's been on my mind, I guess, has been two things: is how much of the shits we think Goldberg is. Therefore, he's older. He's going to be more of the shits. This Brock program is going to be awful. I'm hearing, because of this bizarre good reception that he's gotten after the 12 years ago when they booed him out of the building at the Garden for how bad he was. Now this somehow 12 years later they think he's better. I guarantee that they're seeing money in these crowds popping for him, and he's gonna at least. They were saying it's one shot and done, no questions asked. He's gonna at least hang around till Mania.
I don't know, man, because if you
All right.
remember,
Well, I like that we disagree
if
because
you
we never
remember that promo that Paul did the week after Goldberg was on, and they started cheering fucking Brock and booing Goldberg, and that's why Vince supposedly fucking pulled the mic on it.
Yeah, but the thing is, that was in Brock's hometown. That's their fault. There's
I
no
think
way
that
you're
they-
going to get a heel reaction from that kid.
I don't think they're getting a heel reaction, period. Brock and Paul.
I don't either, but that doesn't mean that Goldberg is. Right this second,
It definitely
this Tuesday, this guy is over.
it goes to show how desperate
Yes.
people are for anything out of the ordinary.
Yes.
They could bring back fucking the Mulkey brothers and fucking
Out loud pop for the Mulkey Brothers.
thank you. People will lose their fucking minds for it.
They're gonna
Myself
do-
included. They want anything that's out of the ordinary of these brilliant people, Seth and Owens and Jericho and whatever. I love all that shit. But you know what? Like, how much can they fucking do? And it's the same shit.
I can watch Jericho and Steen for 3 hours.
I agree with you. I agree. But you throw something out
No,
of the
no, I
ordinary
know.
into
I'm
it,
playing devil's advocate, my friend.
anything out of the ordinary into it, it's going to be over.
I agree.
Initially.
Yeah, it'll run its course, but I think the course is short enough. I think there's not gonna be a clean finish. There's no way Goldberg goes over Brock. We know that, but there won't be a clean finish, and then they'll do Goldberg Taker.
You're thinking Rusty finish?
No, you think
Rusty
Goldberg,
finish.
Taker?
Rusty, he just said.
Dusty. I said Dusty finish.
Yeah.
I think
Goldberg Taker at Mania?
yes.
What the flying fuck are the two of them going to do?
Shit the fucking bed.
Yeah.
Drizzling shits.
Do you think they're that fucking dumb to do that?
Yes.
Wow.
The other thing I wanted to bring up with you is no matter what happens, no matter how he is booked, Roman is getting booed out of everywhere, other continents. This isn't a smarky reaction to a guy. This isn't a smart city, hip, smartened up city reaction to a guy. This guy's getting fucking booed in hick towns. This guy's getting booed in Scotland.
It's one of them things that started off that way. The smart marks hated him, and it has now transcended into everyone.
But it's
fucking
go away
hates him.
heat. It's not good heat.
I think I see.
Am I wrong there?
No, and I think I see them putting the Shield back together, and that's the only fucking possible way to somehow give Roman the babyface rub.
I'm telling you, there's no way they get put back together before Mania.
Before Mania?
Correct.
You mean the three of them?
Correct. If you're
Yeah,
telling
I
me
mean,
they're going to try to work an angle and put Seth and Roman back together,
Yeah.
then, and your philosophy is that's the only way to get him over,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
When I say I'm with you, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I don't think... You know how stubborn Vince is historically. You know that he will throw money away to prove a point. You know how his ego is. You know how what he could have done when ECW and WCW folded. The money that was there to be made. The great booking that was writing itself, and he buried it all.
It's pretty heavy, though.
It is, but he's such a dickhead.
He's so powerful that he can be that dickhead.
He had so much money that he was like, I'm saying no to money
I'm just gonna
to squash
it.
this.
Yeah.
To make my guy seem more over because
Yeah.
y'all beat me for however many weeks.
Yeah.
60
months or
or
something,
it's 80 something weeks.
Right.
I'm going to make all your guys look like fucking bozos and bury them all.
He's a fucking goon.
Look. So, yeah, that's... Well, I believe the Broad Street Breakdown has maybe another trip or two to the biz in December.
Can't wait.
I think we we definitely have Ring of Honor, and it's to be determined if we want to go to House of Hardcore again.
I think we need to go.
It's a cage match.
Look,
First ever.
then it's done. We're there.
You're
Come
telling
check
me
us out.
Senior Benjamin coming to town. I mean, I'm there.
We got to take the Geordie too.
I told you she's in. She
Yeah.
can come to ROH too.
Yeah, she'll fucking lose her mind.
Yeah, I recently showed the newest happenings of Broken Matt to the Sicko and the Pablo.
I'm all wrapped up in that.
Has anything happened since he got fucking pushed off the ladder?
The amnesia gimmick
Yeah.
and doesn't know Brother Nero.
I'm very
Yeah.
nervous about this storyline.
Pablo is very concerned with Broken Matt's well-being.
Well, okay. Before we get into that,
This faction with the masks that Sickos are all marking out for it.
Market heavy for it.
Yeah.
That's where we're up to right now. Until tonight, Keys A Fees A.
Right. Theoretically.
Yeah. I don't know how to get myself out of this. Until the next episode, but the amnesia shit is brilliant. The Halloween at the Hardys was brilliant.
That was
He's developing more crazy idiosyncrasy things. Just how he says yes when everyone's popping. Yeah, that gimmick. The premonition is fucking
that gets me every time.
It's fucking brilliant.
Premonition.
He was
should
shooting
go
on the
back-
Trump on Twitter.
Yeah.
You should go back and just watch one thing from back in the day and realize
But it's the same
how
human.
insane it is what he's doing now.
Think of a band that you outspokenly hate, and then I tell you they just made the best album.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me to my face, I'm not listening to it because it's fucking impossible. You know what I'm saying? It's like me telling you the new Offspring is the greatest punk rock record you ever heard. You'd be like, there's so many reasons I can tell you that I'm not even fucking listening to this. That's what this kid did in his 40s.
I mean, it's brilliant.
Like Gavin and I were like, these dudes aren't okay. They're the worst. Like, I'm turning the television off and you give these dudes.
I can't believe from going what I know now. I cannot believe it.
It goes back to so many elements of the biz that we've discussed amongst each other, even off air. Was he being held back? Was someone saying, here's what to say? You know what I mean? And he
Right.
had ideas these whole times. Because remember, them dudes were doing shit, like running shows out of their shit in North Carolina. So they're obviously, you know what I mean, creative minds, you know what I mean? And where they come from, you know that area well, bro, because of some of your close friends.
I mean,
it's the hotbed of,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Cameron, North Carolina. You know it all
It's-
too well as well. They're from Cameron, bro.
It's
Ric
definitely,
Flair country. They grew
Right.
up.
The only place that, I mean, Philly and Charlotte area rival each other of the top wrestling city in the
Absolutely,
country.
absolutely.
Before I forget, Corgan's out. We know this. Did we talk about this?
I look, man. I'm so wrapped up in Broken Matt, and I'm so wrapped up in Eli Drek that
You all right, dude?
Yeah, I was half laughing.
that I don't really understand it, man. I hear it's so.
The bottom line is he fronted money for them to stay in business. He was promised certain things.
You're talking about Smashing Pumpkins, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was promised certain things.
Dummy, yeah.
He then when he didn't get these things, said, "Okay, well, I'm suing either for my money back or for
This part of the company
right,
and creative control.
right."
Shoot.
Yes.
That's a shoot.
They didn't initially have the money to pay him back.
Right.
So that's why everybody thought he was going to become the new
Right,
owner.
right.
Went to court. Somehow he got his money back. Court ordered the money back. He got his
Okay.
money back. He's completely out of the picture now.
Now, I've heard was it Mark Twain? The rumors of my death were greatly exaggerated. Was that Twain?
Come on, you can't do it right. The rumors of my death are, what do you say? Extremely
don't-
exaggerated. You got to say it like he does it on the play.
Motherfucker, he's dead.
Wow.
Do the play right, though. Do
That
it
was
justice.
the craziest thing I've ever heard.
It sounded.
are we talking
Where he's on Mark Twain does Mark Twain. Where he's on the stage.
Mark Twain does Mark
He
Twain.
does his one-man show.
I actually know what he's
He does his
talking
one-man
about.
show, and everyone went and saw it.
How Holbrook became famous for it because he looks like Mark Twain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
There was
Mark,
an
but Pablo never heard Mark Twain speak.
I know.
I
Is
know.
it actually called?
He's taking it from the Cheers episode when Woody did the one-man play, dressed up as fucking
Is it
Mark
actually
Twain.
called Mark Twain Does Mark Twain?
That I don't know. I don't think so, but
Who's the guy you said did Mark Twain?
Hal
Holbrook.
He's huge in the 70s.
He played the dad in something. I'll think of it.
He's been in 100.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
million
great. Yeah,
things.
he's great. I see him now.
Exactly. OG. So
Yeah.
I heard,
Yes.
you know, they're taped delay by a long time. I heard they have shit booked legit through December.
Yeah, till
January. I'm
last
sorry.
whatever of December,
Right.
Thursday or whatever. day
Yeah.
they show it. Yeah, they do.
And then what?
And then what?
I think he's got something.
Nobody
No,
knows.
I wouldn't be mad if Vince bought it, man.
I mean, they still were saying though that there's still like money not owed and paid, and it's a shit show.
Bro,
I
it's
think.
a shit
They're
show,
being
and then
sued
like
by,
they
like-
still make tons of. They're like huge in India, and
They're being sued by like the state of Florida. Like they're fucked, man.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like, historically speaking, those things just don't die and go away. They.
Well, any scumbag that's like, oh, you're gonna make $1 million tomorrow, I'll front you $1 million today
bro,
to make it tomorrow.
And there's no bigger scumbag than Vince. So why not just, bro? You know how the fucking network airs NXT. Why not just, first off, did you hear that package they're thinking of doing? A different package than the one we have. You know how it's $9.99 a month. They're talking about getting like Evolve and things like that. It'll be like 15 clams a month or something.
Yeah, I did hear that.
So you swallow up that TNA, you know what I mean? Use the wrestlers currently, the ones you like, the good dudes, Eli Drake, Broken Matt. They're already saying Broken Matt's contract is up or whatever in March or April.
Yeah.
If he came to Vince and keeps that character,
That's why I was curious about the Amnesia, if that's his out to start a new character with Vince.
Heavy. He forgets he works for TNA.
Right.
He goes up with Vince.
And then when everyone forgets, like 2 years from now, bam, he comes back like a fucking soap opera.
That shit ain't gonna be there in 2 years. No
Yeah.
fucking way.
indeed. All right, yeah. So as much as we say we're not going to talk about it, we'll continue to try to find angles to talk about the biz, even if it's us shitting on us. But I don't want to be that way about it. But it is what it is.
So I gotta ask: is it still on the list?
Absolutely.
Oh, it's on the list.
Something needs
Just the status, Chevy.
something needs to happen. I mean, Taker coming back ain't getting them off the list.
Yeah.
No.
Taker's 5,000 years old.
Brock fucking cracking Goldberg's
If
fucking skull.
Geldberg gets hurt, off the
off
list.
the list.
I'm talking shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not what's on
Fucking
WWE.com.
dud Goldberg tried to do two things that fucking
And
night
fucked
and
them
fucked
both.
them both up.
2 spots fucked them both up.
Forget it.
2
Brock's
spots.
gonna be
that-
like, oh, all right, I'm just gonna break your fucking arm.
yeah. Well, it's about that time to throw it to Sicko for a little Weezered association.
Sicko, he says some words. We react.
That's not bad.
Just
Did
made that
you
up.
get that sampled?
I did, but I also have someone else working on somebody professional working on a new
How
intro.
dare you?
Yeah.
You didn't come up with one.
I just did.
All right, I'll try to work that in.
How dare you?
That's just.
I sung the theme
That was
song
the
to our
metal
sitcom,
version.
too.
Right. That was the metal version. I used my metal voice.
You did.
Thank you.
All right. All I need is direction to go in. Let's start with Vin.
Okay.
I don't think we've
Keep
done
that fucking Pablo off that computer, too.
Okay.
Done deal.
Done deal.
I'll silence the mouse. The mouse is now going off.
I don't know what that means. You don't know what that means. So therefore, he's trying to work us.
It's a red herring.
There is.
Do you need time for a costume fitting or a
No,
hat?
the dival's gone. Crack ass is not in.
No hats.
You're
though?
good. I think you're good.
You're telling me the Dival and Crag Ass aren't coming back for like mad long, or just?
I mean, you might see them next Halloween,
so you're telling me it's
unless you what do you call it? Not
Summon them.
summon
Invoke.
them. Yeah.
well, I can't go another year without the Dival.
Crack ass the cromulent, was a big hit.
Thank you.
He may need to come back.
I'll put a good word in for him.
Vin, how about we start with Nickelback?
It's it's almost too easy a target. It's if that makes any sense.
It absolutely does.
Mocking them is too. It's so bad. That guy, he's got to die.
Yeah.
So
He kind of his voice kind of reminds me of another guy who's
I'm right up. I just heard the news today. That's exactly who that guy sounds like.
and that was exactly the whole reason why
He
it got
said a
on the list.
hero could save me. He's not gonna stand anymore.
I'm a little scared you know that many words.
I made them all
He
up
researched.
except hero.
He researched
It was from Spiderman. Jewish superhero.
Pierce Speederman.
Spiderman. No, Jaime Spiderman.
Jeff, thoughts on Nickelback?
Well, they're so ridiculous that my kids make jokes about them.
Nice.
And they're not even aware of things like that, I feel like.
I really hate that whole genre of
Yeah,
industry
man.
bands
Yeah,
like Papa
man.
Roach, Nickelback,
Yeah,
and you
man.
name like
Rock,
just like
rock radio.
Here, yeah, exactly.
it's
I
like
never heard that
rock-
before, but that's exactly perfect.
It's like rock boy band.
Pretty much,
It's strange.
Yeah.
Like they all have a stylist. It's strange.
It's
man.
crafted for FM rock
Yeah.
radio. That's exactly what it is. Vinny, John Bender.
Monette can pump my nads.
Nice. Jeffrey.
Wow.
Take your time.
Fuck.
Pick the good one.
I'm not going to... He scores Molly Ringwald at the end, so he wins.
Amen.
Earring.
Fucking hard.
Give it the earring hard.
Yup.
I fucking lost the one I had. Hold on. Oh, Claire. That's a fat girl's name.
And I can't decide if I want to go smoke up Johnny or if I want to do because I'd fucking kill you.
Yeah,
I'd kill you and your fucking parents would sue me.
I like that.
Don't you?
Nice.
That's all you're getting.
Vin, how about Body Slam, the movie? Do you remember Body Slam?
You know what? I only remember the cover of the VHS gimmick in the
Blockbuster gimmick.
shit. I don't even know Blockbuster was.
Yeah, it might have been pre-block.
It was those. You know, you'd have like the neighborhood gimmicks.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I have no memory of the film, man. I don't know if using the word film is apropos.
I don't either. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah? Wasn't Roddy in it? Was he in that one?
I don't know.
It was just something I remember it like Vinny says, but I don't remember the movie at all. I don't remember. I
mean,
know I've seen it.
If I started by saying I never saw it, but I remember I probably saw it.
Yeah.
I prefer Jesse the Body Ventura to Body Slam, the movie.
All right.
How about that?
Do you remember it?
No, I confused that with Slam Dance. Slam Dance the movie
That's a horror scene.
about
Man.
pop people slam dancing, moshing it up.
Heavy.
I think. I didn't really watch it.
I'm into it.
Vinny Chavo, a.k.a. Ron Reyes.
I don't know, man. Not enough to speak about.
Who? Chavo. Or Chavo. Black Flag.
Shaba. Oh.
Chavo.
Stole mine.
Oh. I stole Chaba?
I was going to do Shabba Ranks. Is that what you're talking about?
Chavo the Hutt.
That the all black recordings or something they did where there's this.
He was the second guy
Right.
after Keith.
He
Right.
was only really on
His
Jealous
big
Again single.
and his big claim. He happened to
And
be
he
the
was-
one
right.
when they did Western Civilization.
Right.
So
Right.
he's like on film.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, it's with all of that, me remember because I bought that. It's like called like when it all went black.
When everything went black.
Everything, yeah. That's the extent of my knowledge of him.
he's okay. He's probably my least favorite of the
Yeah.
singers, but he's still good.
Still
that
good.
single's good as fuck.
Absolutely.
You already got mine.
Jabba the Hutt.
No, Jabba Ranks. No, it's funny second time around, but you know.
Vinny, here's a favorite of yours. The band Nails.
Nails is fucking brilliant, and
Don't take my fucking thing.
oh yeah, and he used to play with Terror,
Who did?
the singer.
Oh, word?
Yeah, that dude is known vocal forever, and that he lost his gourd, and they like brand new record, great record tour, and he was like, I'm done.
Yeah, I vaguely remember something
Yeah,
about that.
real bizarro shit, man.
Jeffrey.
Vinny sent them to me. I texted Vinny. I wrote Vinny and said, "This guy sounds really angry. This guy sounds too." What did I say?
He's too mad.
Yeah, dude's
Wow.
too bad.
And the irony of if you know Gavin as well as I do, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking
That's
about?
saying something.
He's too upset. That guy, man. He's yelling a lot
A lot.
about a lot of stuff. But they can live, you know. I'm into it. Whatever.
They're not the band that does eyes wide open. Can't do Vinny. But did they not play This Is Hardcore this year?
Because
they
they
canceled
broke up.
it.
Gone
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
they played like, not every one of them, but I've seen them like 5 times, and
Okay.
I am not at all into them. So
Okay.
that tells you how many This Is Hardcores they played. Not for me. Vinny, Marley Marl.
Top 5 hip hop producers ever. His mastery of certain beat machines, his sample chops, all of that influenced the whole generation of producers after him.
OG, any thoughts?
Marley Marr. I'm told that his mastery of certain sample machines,
I
would've
love
done
this
that.
gimmick.
That's
I
the
do
best
too.
gimmick.
karate chop something. What did you say? after
Yeah,
that?
it's, he karate people.
He karate chopped some fucking people.
I wouldn't argue with that.
Thank you.
Symphony classic.
Well done. And Vinny, how about Stevie B? I know you're a big freestyle fan. Do I hear a little singing coming?
Now we're cooking.
Is there,
Now we're cooking with grease.
is there singing to be had?
I mean, where do we, spring love, come back to me. Springtime love is on my mind, and I want you. Yeah, I feel like Philly, New York, and Miami are like
That's it.
it's like that was their markets, man, and we live in one of them.
Listen. You want to be a fucking hard motherfucker and listen to some fucking hard stuff. You start with Stevie B. You go Debbie Deb. You go Lisa Lisa.
Yo, you're
you go,
killing half my list here.
Listen, you go. I mean, they really don't have different.
Actually, Debbie Deb was.
You go Debbie Deb. Fucking
All day.
dude.
All day.
Fuck.
Still can catch it today.
Who am I forgetting? Debbie Deb, Lisa Lisa, fucking
Taylor
Susie.
Dane.
Lil
Lil
Susie.
Susie.
Lil Susie was fly. Stoop almost got us killed by Latin Kings for trying to run her butt.
I mean, listen.
Look, he took a shot.
Hey.
That's the real deal. All that one song that they all did.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's really one song,
pretty much, yeah.
but it's a really good song.
Yeah.
The song Vinny sang is fucking classic. I listen to that still to this day.
I'm going to say Diamond Girl all day.
Oh,
Diamond girl, make me
fuck.
And that's the only thing I remember.
Yes.
You
Like
can't
that bull.
Diamond girl. Yes. oh, Diamond girl.
fuck.
Vinny, the movie American History X.
I'm trying to think if that's when. It's not the first time I like Norton. I think it's when I realized he was maybe our generation's De Niro, Pacino. That's how good Norton is. Brilliant.
I agree with Vinny 1,000%. I'm a huge mark for him. Between that movie and 25th Hour, that motherfucker is fucking flawless.
And his fucking he plays Worm in Rounders, and that's fucking brilliant too.
I don't know if I saw that.
You need to, bro.
Is that the card thing?
Yeah, but bro,
I feel like maybe I did see it.
all right.
I'm not as hip though as I feel like I should be.
Okay.
I agree with Jeffrey 1,000%. And the scene in American History X where he puts the dude on the curb
The curb stop.
and smashes him, might be the most graphic scenes in all movies.
I go with the scene at the fucking dinner table where it's a flashback scene.
But when he's
where
with the
he's
dad
talking
still
to
alive.
Well, not even that. When he's talking to the mother's boyfriend.
The Jewish guy, Elliot Gould.
Fucking hell,
Heavy biz,
man. Fuck.
Heavy biz.
Unreal. Unfucking real. Like, makes you uncomfortable.
I did not like that movie.
Hold on, wait. I think the devil's back. Who the fuck is you, sicko?
American History X. The movie that taught us the way to cure racism is all you need is to get fucked in the ass. Yeah. Great movie. As far as Ed Norton goes, I haven't seen enough of him.
He's the genius.
He's awesome.
Yeah, I never would have expected that answer. I'm saying that shoot.
Now,
Forget it.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No,
I didn't like the movie.
that's fine. Had the first half of the show not happened, I would go at you.
Oh, come on. You can't do that.
American History X sucked. The Higher
many
Learning
people-
was fucking
How
Citizen
many
Kane.
people? How many people do we know? Legitimate question, and this is not even an argument yet. How many people do we know who got caught up in certain things as a kid and had something happen? Obviously, not as traumatic as getting fucked in jail, but had something happen that made them realize that there was an error in their ways and they were wrapped up in some fucking nonsense kid shit.
I mean, you're not wrong, but that never flew with me, so I don't really.
Well, that's another show.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
Next. I'm bored with Sicko already.
Me too.
All right, well, then we'll make this the last one. Vin, what comes to mind when I say Cody Mack?
Holy shit.
What the
That's
Holy
good. Well done.
Holy shit.
Well done.
And take your time.
Feral animal.
Your face was perfect.
Thank you.
I love Cody. I talked to Cody yesterday or the day before. I don't get involved in the shenanigans of you people.
The chicanery?
Yeah, I don't get involved in that. I love Cody. Yeah. I called Cody once. I got a Cody once for a favor that he immediately...
oh, yeah. He's the best. Nah, he's the best guy in the world.
Immediately, no questions asked, was like, yep, absolutely. And he very easily could have said, like, nah, man. I'm fucking whatever. Aces.
Yes, he's a great guy. He seems to have a lot of free time on his hands. Maybe too much time. Why don't you try scheduling some more tattoo appointments and stop sending me 5,000 inboxes? Even though 500 of them are classics.
And I'm just going to say, Cody Mack probably did the greatest thing that a person outside of my family could do for me.
Never happened.
Never happened.
Yeah, I have it recorded. I have it forever, so that's all that matters.
Photoshopped it.
Better chopped it.
And there you have another
Yay.
rousing edition.
Sicko, he says some words. We react. Woohoo.
What does that mean now? What comes
Yeah,
next?
man, this is just it's just getting worse and worse.
Check my. Oh yeah.
This, whenever we do word association, my anxiety levels.
Here's some fucking thoughts from some maniac.
Yeah, it's a scene. This is something we like to call Dear Vin, where I read some mail that has been sent to me through various means, emails, Twitter DM, Facebook, what have you.
Pigeon.
Carrier pigeon.
Yes.
Message in a bottle.
This one might make me sound like a jerk, but nah, man, you can't really write this to somebody, man. So I'm saying not a jerk. I guess correct me if I'm wrong. Vinny, dear Vin, this sounds ridiculous. That's how you get my fucking
There you
attention.
go.
I'll tell you that. I'm ready to fucking set the computer on fire when I see that. Because people that don't think it's ridiculous, it's ridiculous. If you know it beforehand.
Even worse.
Dear Vin, this sounds ridiculous, but it is worth a shot. No, it's not. Would you possibly be able to ever call me just so I can chat with you for 5 minutes or 10? It would honestly mean the world to me. I don't want to talk to people I know for 5
Well,
minutes.
I was going to say to you, Vin, in 30 years,
Yes.
when's the last time you remember speaking to me on a phone?
We spoke a lot on the phone before the advent of cell phones and whatnot.
So that's at least
I'd say 20.
20 years.
Yeah.
And that's me.
Yes.
The only time
We would
talk
talk late. We would talk late nights
Right.
because we kept similar
Absolutely.
hours in the mid 90s. And the one time, if someone calls that house late, whoever it is dead.
That's right.
Mrs. D ain't fucking around, and I woke her up once and she forgave me because I get free passes.
But for most people, it was bad.
Yeah.
including the police.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell that guy, man.
Why don't you give him a call? See what he wanted. Maybe you could make a new friend.
Sign an autograph, you might make a new friend.
I'll call him up. Tell him
Alright.
a couple of things.
All right.
Oh, bullshit. You'll be like, oh, what's up, man? What's up? What's going on?
I'm a nice guy.
Man of the people. That's who you are.
Absolutely right.
Do we have a story coming soon?
Well, you just fucked it all up. Because I was gonna.
When?
Are we just straight shooting now?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I was gonna save it for the next motherfucking one because
Good.
we forgot in the beginning.
Good. I can't wait.
All right, next episode. Jesus, I got one.
You'll get one right now.
The business is fucking protect.
Bend over.
Fucking protect the business, man.
Yeah, man, you're in the business.
He could have said no. He could have said no. You don't know how to fucking improv.
I know how to improv. I don't.
Bullshit.
You should be working.
Deer in headlights.
You should- You should be working.
Take a fucking workshop.
You should be working. You should be working with me, not against me,
fucking
and stop
workshop.
fucking sandbagging me.
And what's the guy's?
You're just setting them up for me. Now you're easing me up and now. So now I'll ban it. Now you can't do it next episode. How you
Stupid
like that?
idiot.
The whole stupid idiot. The whole fucking. I'll do the whole show in a story. How about that?
Yeah, you can't. You can't fucking manage a show by yourself.
Wow. I can manage it without you,
Fine.
motherfucker.
Fine.
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 Pablo just dropped the mic.
Whoa.
All right.
That was a bitch ass
Just
shot.
hit it.
He couldn't fucking stand to be off the mic for fucking.
No, he
minute.
hit it right back.
Because I value the equipment. I'm not gonna break the equipment.
Out of here.
You know how many MCs I watched over the years fucking
Get
slam
the
my
fuck-
microphones on the ground?
Get out of here.
So, Vin, next one.
Dear Vinnie Paz, you're a fucking bitch.
Jesus.
You're supposed to be a Muslim? You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. I'm little ALA, motherfucker. I be running to Islam. You should go Buddhist. You're better off there.
Wow. Tough
What-
guy.
What's little ALA?
I don't know. Now this happened I don't engage. I don't engage people. I was super cranky this one night.
Were ya?
So I actually sent this to Sicko. So as has been explained before about this segment, it's stuff that's written that Sicko handles and is sent to me. But I'm aware of this one because I engaged the kid. So I'm going to read you the quick back and forth.
I like that.
Yeah, I do like that too.
I, instead of writing his name, called him Stupid Idiot.
Dig it.
Stupid Idiot. What's up, man? Big fan. Can you tell me who is the engineer who mixed Fraudulent Cloth and who was the guy who mastered it?
Jesus.
The me. I don't share that type of information like that. Stupid idiot. Come on, bro. You got to help people in life, man. We're all in this together.
He's asking you for a fucking piece of bread.
Right. The me. Nah, B, I'm good.
Still being pleasant.
Stupid idiot. Really, bro? Wow, okay. I guess you're a selfish dick then.
Oh, fuck, man.
Me. Fuck your mother, pussy. Stupid idiot. LOL. Why you so mad, bro? Are you always this mad? You must be having a rough day. And then I had it. I tapped out.
I don't think that was out of line at all. I think you were pleasant up until the last part.
Surprisingly restrained.
Thank you.
New man, new attitude.
PMA.
All day.
Oh, fuck. There's just certain fucking, like on the terrorist list or watch, there's what are those blah, blah, blah words?
Buzzwords, watchwords.
There's so many
Red
in
flags.
here. Gavin's going to love it. Dear Vin, hey, what's? Can you point me to some higher-ups? Just wondering for some very important things. Baal, Obelisk, Autumn, the mother of demons, trying to notify people that can pass the word to their superiors. Please and thank you. I have celestials everywhere keeping an eye on me in the fourth dimension. And more succubus draining me of my mana. It the autumn figure mother of demons, the broken obelisk. A forward past idol. Shepherd, I'm not even a Freemason. That's what he's on about. Questions, comments, concerns?
Which higher up that we know is going to help this guy out, you think? This is more of a job than Filomeno can handle, I feel like.
He wants to know very important things about Baal, B-A-A-L. Baal Obelisk.
Maybe he does mean balls. Ball. Maybe it is for Phil.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
You think that's gangster talk to send Phil a kite?
It's getting very interesting now.
Fourth dimension, Phil.
I think it's all about his Hawa and his fucking bell problem.
All right.
Hey, the OG can read between the lines, man.
Otherwise, I'm fucking lost.
You don't sound convinced, Vin.
Look.
Phil,
That
take
concludes.
Phil, take care of that shit, man.
This concludes another abortion.
Gagortion?
Good, another Gagortion that we like to recall. Dear Vin.
Damn, Vin.
With that, I'd like to throw it over to my pal, Professor Pablo P. Jiggy.
Pablo Cheapo, tip of the week.
Pablo, do you have one of those this week?
I have a mini tip.
That's what all the ladies say.
Ah.
He wrote that last Wednesday.
Some of the fellas, too.
Oh, wait. My mother talked to you about something. Remember I said that Sicko and I were going to turn your real life into cheapo tips when you don't know them?
Yeah.
She had one related to you.
Pablo's Cheapo
And now I
tip
can't
of the
fucking
week.
remember it.
Bring it back for the next episode.
Yeah.
This one is office related.
Office
Office.
related.
So you got to work at an office to
All
get
right.
this one.
I'm sure a lot of people will understand this.
So I think so. Everybody
This is in prison.
Well,
Talking
Or the fucking mental fucking
he's a
institution.
He's a. They're all worked in nice offices.
Upstanding
White
members
collar
of society.
right.
So every cubicle, every office in my building has a trash can, and mostly all of them have your own trash cans.
Okay.
I think there's some like weird law where you have to empty the trash cans every day,
Okay.
and I'm not having that.
Okay.
So my trash can's fucking spotless. Every time I have trash, I get up and I walk to the pantry, and I put stuff in the communal trash can.
Okay.
That's the fucking tip. Is fucking don't use your trash can. Leave it there. I don't care if you got food in your cubicle that you just want to get rid of. No, you get your ass up and you walk to the fucking pantry and you use the fucking trash can.
Pablo.
You're putting fucking 3 fucking gimmicks in there and they gotta empty that every time. That's plastic. That's fucking manpower that they gotta do. Fucking
You know about manpower.
yeah.
Oh, man.
I think he starred in that film.
As a bottom, yes, I do know that.
Pablo.
Fuck.
What?
Pablo.
Yes.
This is in your office, not your.
It's waste. Waste is waste.
That's not cheap. That's fucking. You're back into your fucking craziness again.
What am I supposed to do with trash? Put 2 things in my trash can and have that get changed every day?
I'm not sure, pal. I don't know, but that's
Yeah,
not,
that's another thing I like to bring up. How many your office is like 10 by 10? How many trash cans you got at that parlor? Minus the ones that are at the stations. 2?
1, 2,
2.
3.
3 for your fucking lunch and dinner.
4.
Yeah,
There's
bullshit.
4. There's 4.
I'm not going to count the bathroom one either. I know for a fact you have 2 in the front.
Are you saying that's bad?
Yeah. He's a habitual waster.
I mean,
there's
you need
fucking-
trash receptacles.
There's 1, 2, 3. If you're there, that's 4. And then any number of customers there. There's up to 10 people in the shop at a time. We're supposed to use one fucking trash can?
And then you fill it up and then you fucking empty it. Yeah, we heard that already. Very impressive.
Fucking keep hearing it. It's gonna be 2 hours of. It's gonna be 2 hours of me and Vinny looking things up on YouTube and playing them.
So are you saying
Next episode is just no talking, just YouTube samples.
Yeah, keep hitting it,
It ain't
fuckface.
fucking working. There it is.
So are you Price is writing that it's a bad tip or that I need to come correct with a better tip next week? I don't know what you're getting at.
It's not a cheap thing. It's a crazy thing.
Agreed.
Are we intermingling them now?
I just want some clarity.
It's not a cheap thing. It's a fucking nutso thing.
You're supposed to waste a trash bag every single day?
I'm not debating whether you are or you aren't. I'm just categorizing your insanity. Jesus.
Sorry. That wasn't
It's a
supposed to happen.
free-for-all.
Yeah, now it's fucking Thunderdome in this motherfucker.
That was not supposed to happen. Sorry.
Well, I mean, you're talking shit, but Vin seems to be pretty comfortable with it.
I just agree. Well, I would really. This is more of your. Should be on medication tips.
That's my only point.
Yeah, I'm popped by the ones that are hilariously cheap. This is you might be an institution.
And that's cool too.
I'm okay with that.
I like a nice vacation and a nice white lab coat.
It's now like Pablo's
Lab coat.
fucked up wacko
Pablo's
fucking
maniacal world.
head.
Yeah.
That really has a good ring to it.
Pablo's wacko fucked up headspace.
I like that too.
Thanks.
And last week's one with the contacts, my man OB,
His eye fell out.
he was very concerned. Everyone's all very concerned about the contact lenses one.
He lost an eye. From it.
They care about their.
This show I might
profession.
I might be stretching these ones in to like 3 weeks. Zoom in on the camera real quick.
That's gross.
We're talking 3 weeks on this one. 3 months.
Your eyes are gonna fall out.
You're
This,
gonna be-
again, this other boy I forget on Twitter was like, P, I do that too. I said, my man, we got X-ray vision, bull.
You're
You
gonna
see
have
through
to
walls.
get a fucking eye patch. We're gonna call you
Yo,
Patch
man,
Blow.
the only
Patch
way,
Blow.
look, I don't, I don't see any of these, man. You better start fucking screenshots.
You're thinking I'm making up Twitters for my own
I
insanity?
mean, you don't lie, but the insanity is created.
I'm Patch Blow.
Fucking proud of yourself for that one.
He fucking kicks you with SpongeBob, man?
I didn't laugh at myself. I laughed at Sicko laughing.
Wow. Yeah.
Walk the plank, matey.
Well, aye.
Can you become a pirate?
Will he be on the sitcom?
I mean, I'm dying. I'll rock a patch any day of the week. Like Slick Rick style.
Maybe.
All right.
Oh,
we'll
are
have
we
to
doing
discuss
this
it.
now?
No. Nah. We'll have to discuss
I think there's a thing coming though.
Yeah.
it. So, the mailbag.
All right, thank you.
Moving right
That's
along.
not
another
even a
Pablo's
mailbag
cheapo
yet?
tip.
Fuck.
Everybody, I
no.
want you to think about it when you go to the office tomorrow. Think about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Or just say, hey, look, Jimmy, today we're going to use your trash bag, and that's what we're all going to do today.
Jimmy next cubicle?
Yeah.
I know that guy.
Yeah.
Jimmy NC?
He's that dude around the way.
Yeah, JNC.
Yeah. I had to use his hand sanitizer once.
Sure.
Jeffrey. You can spin a yarn, my friend.
Thank you.
Jesus.
All right, we'll do a little mail baggage.
All right.
So if you still want stickers, you can send it to info@broadstreetbreakdown.com. You might get them, you might not. To my man Pittsburgh Dan, I got
Terrible,
you.
you're
don't worry
getting
about
them.
it. Terrible's getting them.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I have to make them my own, I'll make them for him.
I mean, next time you go on one of your cheapo drives,
Well, that's
to
what I'm going to
Delaware.
do. That's what I'm going to do for Terrible. I'm going to get them Avery labels for the printer and just write the word Broad Street Breakdown. Send that to that motherfucker.
Oh, you remember those gimmicks when you were a kid that had the wheel? You go, purr, you
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
tape would come out with some
Yeah,
shit
of
written
course.
on it.
Of
Yeah.
course.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We
You would
need
write
some
your
of that.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And put your name on everything in the
Right.
house.
Pizza-
Property of.
Yeah.
All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty, shall
Can
we?
you still get them? I feel like we need one of those.
All right, let's get them.
Chunk. What?
That's what I did with these.
No.
No, he's talking
It comes
about
out
the
in the
punch thing.
It comes out in tape.
Oh,
It's like in Braille. It's like
Yeah,
Braille.
that
It's
shit
embossed.
was
Yeah,
hard.
it's embossed.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know what that means. But
All right.
It's fucking sicko, man.
Sicko with his freaking
Sicko's got a disco
his
going
dance
on.
track.
Disc attack.
I don't know what's going on.
It's Sicko After Hours. All right, this one's from Sylvester Lemus. He's one of the original Gimmick Gangers. You guys always pit over guitarist. Is there a bassist you mark out for? E.g. Matt Freeman, Flea, or whatever?
Peter Hook.
Geezer Butler.
Geezer Butler. Peter Hook is probably my all-time favorite.
Chuck
personally.
Dukowski.
Yeah, yeah. Who else?
I'm not going to say Les Claypool.
I will not.
Homeboy from Man of War. Was it Ross the Boss?
He's in the Dictators as well.
Yeah.
Excellent.
For me, it's Peter Hook all day.
Next one is from David Solano. This one, let's not get too far off on a tangent
All right.
because it could go there.
All right.
Let's just keep it focused. Fellas, can you add to the script where Correct and Cody Mack are reincarnated as two pieces of furniture in your family room? Then every time there is a scene shot in that room, you'll hear them in the background talking shit and tearing each other apart. Love the show as always.
In the head thing?
Yes.
No.
Will-
Listen, man. This will be addressed soon. Everybody take it easy.
So you're saying there may be a future for Correct and Cody Mack in the show, but not with this dude saying.
Look, there's writers' meetings.
Yeah. I don't think we're prepared to speak on this just yet.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Fair enough.
What's his name?
This is David Solano.
David. Take it easy.
Settle down.
We got you.
He might be
got you.
writing for TMZ. He might be trying to, get
Get the
inside
drop?
scoop. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
David. Take it easy.
This one's another original Gimmick Ganger Born to Expire. Chris Harrison. He says, Vin, I heard that Phil Anselmo is supposedly a huge boxing head.
Anselmo.
Him too. Were you aware of this? And if so, does it seem like he knows what he's talking about?
Should I say one thing?
I know
before
he can die.
Before we get into this, when Pablo mispronounced it in my head, I said, "No, that's Amino, Filomeno."
I thought the
So
question
did
was
I.
going to Filomeno.
I thought he was going. I thought he was.
But
gonna
I'm
say Vin.
reading it, and I know it's the
Anselmo.
Pantera
Wow.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's if he's such a fraud, it's hard to talk about him. He thinks he knows. Yes, of course, I know that he professed to be a boxing fan / historian, which is comical because he's racist. He anything I've ever seen him say is what any casual fan is information that any casual fan could have easy access to. You know what I mean? Then that's all I can say as someone who hasn't spoken to him about it. The things I have seen about him was stuff that you could easily find out about and spout out. You know what I'm saying?
Make up your own fucking mind.
Yeah.
He seems like one of them dudes who says a lot of shit that he's trying to get the rub from cool things.
Yeah.
He's there's a he's a sheer terror mark. He's a fucking New
Smith's
York
mark.
hardcore mark. Yeah, I was gonna. He's a Smith's mark. He's a boxing guy. He's a wrestling guy. He's a fucking like fuck you, man.
Yeah. He's been trying to get the rub for 25 years from different.
I want to call it who's worse. Not a championship. Just a match. Just a match.
All right.
I'm gonna pit Anselmo.
Fuck, he's gonna do what I think he's gonna do. It's gonna be hard. Go.
I'm gonna pit him against Lars.
Ooh,
Lars Ulrich.
that's not where I thought you were going.
Who'd you think he was going for? I thought he was going for
I thought
the
he was
Nuge.
going to go Mustaine.
I thought he was going to go for the Nuge. Yeah.
I don't think he'd beat the Nuge. He ain't beat the Nuge.
Before we answer, do you remember my who's worse from?
No.
It's either the Nuge, Bono.
No, I sent him one. I was yo,
You
I was
always
like,
do
no.
this, man.
mean-
I was like, yo, this isn't for a championship. It's just who's worse.
You always do this.
Yeah, I do. I might
Uh,
still have it.
Anselmo and who?
Lars.
Phil Anselmo.
Really?
Yeah.
Go to Pablo.
I'm going to go Lars, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Phil because he's a fucking Nazi piece of shit, and I don't think Lars is.
And I
don't know why.
but I was gonna say the same exact thing. As much as I despise Lars, Phil wins because of the Nazi shit.
He seems like
He wins. He wins because he's a Nazi.
Where else will you ever hear that statement?
yeah.
He's definitely the who as well. Okay, that's all. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Thank you, Sicko. We haven't had one in a while.
We have it.
Yes. Last one from John Landon. This one's heavy. Ready. I know you guys watch a lot of good TV shows based on your recommendations. So I was wondering what your favorite fictional character TV death is. Either a death that really traumatized you and screwed your head up, or one that just looked really cool.
Omar. That was rough.
I guess I'm not watching that show.
I don't know.
I'd say the first 5 minutes of The Leftovers, where everybody died.
Beings that I think he died, I'll say Tony Soprano.
He didn't. Gonna have a whole fucking
Motherfucker.
stupid ending anyway.
Here we go.
You're a fucking dimwit is the fucking problem.
Stupid ending.
Stupid Pablo.
Yeah.
That's a good one though.
James on Good Times.
Damn!
Edith on All in the Family.
Yeah.
Edith!
Stifle!
I'm trying to think of stuff that's stuck in my head.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll get back to you on that.
I'm almost.
I feel like there's a lot.
I was sad when when Walter White died, but it wasn't like shocking in any way.
Yeah, that's the first thing that came to my head. but then that
I was
did
more
as well.
traumatized when Gomi died. Gomez is yeah.
That's a good question. That is.
Right. I'm when I think of traumatizing TV though, I just think of the fucking different strokes with Tooties in New York talking to the hooker. Not Different Strokes. Facts of Life. Tooties in New York talking to the hooker, and she's trying to get her to turn tricks with her.
I don't know that one at all.
What about the
No?
But if you're talking different
Traumatized.
the different strokes where the guy tries to touch
No,
Dudley
no,
and
no,
Arnold,
no, no.
and
showing him the
it's
rockets?
fucking Mr. Carlson from
Yeah.
WKRP.
Yeah,
Oh no, that's a different one.
there is
Where
two.
he locks him in the room.
Yes, there's two.
Yeah.
One guy gets Kimberly.
That's that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
And then Dudley is the bicycle guy
Yeah.
with Mr. Carlson.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They go
that
to like a
Facts
trip
of
to New
Life.
York, and they're at a diner, and they leave her there on accident, and this like white hooker who's like 12 years old is like, "Oh man, it's cool, life's awesome," and Tootie's like fucking shook. And at the end of the episode, she's ready to start turning tricks.
Wow.
And then Mrs. Garrett comes in and it's like, "Yo, here you are." Yeah, that shit was like freaking me out. That shit was reality right there.
Wow.
And that will close out the mailbag.
All right. Well, as we
That's the big city for you.
It is. City life. We like to wrap up every show with a little recommendations.
on a trip.
Turn tricks. We like to wrap every show up with recommendations that somehow enter our disturbed world. I will let Sicko go first, as I usually do.
I had to take a piss. Get her.
Okay.
You got to gargle.
Mine's a very obvious one, but for people who may be younger than us that don't know that it's out there, you can go to YouTube and type in Bad Brains 82, and it's the Bad Brains. It was shot over 2 days, around Christmas. It's just straight Bad Brains live. Actually, very good quality for like an 82 video camera.
Yeah.
And
It's the most bad shit footage.
yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about watching a band at the absolute
Philly show?
no CBGBs, 2 days of CBGBs, 1982 at the height of their power. It's fucking bad shit. It'll blow you away. It's just called Bad Brains at CBGBs. And you can watch, it's like an hour long. You can watch the whole thing on YouTube.
Dig it.
I watch it like once every 2 months.
Pablo?
All right, this is an HBO series that I'm wrapped up in now. It's called Westworld.
Sean's been watching
Yeah, it's
that.
awesome. So it's
I hated the movie with Yul Brynner,
Yeah,
so
I
why am
know.
I going to get wrapped up?
And I hate
Seven
science
out,
fiction.
7 out, I'm like 70-30, and the 30 is the part I'm interested in.
Yeah.
So it's got to be real. 7L's like trying to sell me on it.
Yeah, Sean's trying to get me into it.
Yeah, so if people that don't know it, these rich people go to this western town, and they're all robots, and you basically do whatever you want to these robots. And then, of course, like a virus gets in the robots, and the robots go crazy. But so this is a remake of what the movie is, but a series, and they kind of add like more futuristic shit to it. So it's totally updated, and they add weird shit about the timelines and stuff. So you're kind of confused on what's going on, but it's a good thing. But it's dope, and of course, there's naked robots in it. So who don't like that?
Yeah, there's a lot of sexy time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean's really heavy. She's trying to get me
Well,
to
when the
watch
fucking
it.
sex robots hit fucking Target, I ain't never leaving the house. I'm telling you that right now, OG.
All right.
OJ?
I've been real wrapped up in the first Crass record, The Feeding of the 5,000. Like borderline obsessed with this record. Absolutely 1,000% every second of it. Brilliant.
I do not disagree with that.
Brilliant. Fucking brilliant
You're all
record.
revved up, man.
I'm driving myself crazy listening to it. Jackie's going
Nice.
to choke me if she hears it one more time.
Nice.
Absolutely fucking brilliant.
Mine is, I'm a big fan of this band called Witchcraft. They're from Scandinavia. It's Devil Biz, like Sabbathy shit. Their singer's name is Magnus Palander, and he put out a solo album, and it's basically a folk record with Devil Biz content.
I'm all right with that.
Yeah, man. It's you know, almost acoustic Blue Oyster Cult or Uriah Heep mixed with devil, mixed with folk. It's strange.
Blue Oyster Cult, Mark.
Tell me.
Kathleen.
Really?
Huge.
You know who else is? What was that going on in there?
I don't know.
It sounded like an animal.
Poltergeist. Me too.
Randy Now. One of the shocking things I found out, that's like his favorite band in the whole world.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, so check it out. It's dope. It's strange, but it's real dope. I'm a fan. So that wraps up episode 42 of Broad Street Breakdown. We'll see y'all on Thursday.
Peace.
Peace.